Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your host, Super Ninja Austin, back here with another video of the 69th episode of the SNA podcast. The first time I'm doing it back to back, 2 days in a row. That's what it says on my hashtag caption onto the description box below. Make sure you click on that to see what exactly I mean. And this is my latest edition of the Super Ninja Austin podcast. With This is the second wrestling news in a row from the second day in the row. This is part 15. The wrestling news part 15, which we're going to talk about the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors that you guys need to know in the world of professional wrestling. And then I'm going to be doing that with reading the articles reading onto the articles online on Sportskeeda today. And then it looks like we got here for today. We have some John Cena news now. As there are 4 reasons fans should appreciate John Cena's current WWE run, and it says right here over the past months or so, WWE fans have been gifted the presence of John Cena. The 16-time world champion has appeared on Friday Night SmackDown week after week. In recent years, the iconic superstar has not been as present on the show due to his commitment to Hollywood. Therefore, whenever he does show up, it is cause for celebration. In what may very well on his final full-time run with the company, we are going to take a look at 4 reasons why WWE fans should appreciate John Cena in John Cena's current stint with the company. And it says right here, number 4, giving back to younger WWE superstars. He said this past Tuesday, John Cena John Cena along with many other big names appeared on WWE's third brand, NXT, which a lot of young stars Cena worked closely with. 2 former NXT champions, Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes, 2 performers who could very well be 2 future WrestleMania main eventers even. Speaking to Busted Open Radio before NXT this week, Hayes was asked if he is feeling the pressure ahead of working with a legend like John Cena. He said, "Man, there's pressure. There's pressure every night." Carmelo Hayes said, especially when they're trusting you in the position that they've trusted me in so many times. But with having Cena by my side, the pro in me wants to say yes, it's another day at work. But the kid in me wants to say, holy crap, this is so freaking cool. And then it says number 3, working with WWE's megastars. It says right here, I'll say about LA Knight on Wrestle Talk on this article. On this report from Wrestle Talk, he said right here, I have a tremendous amount of respect for LA Knight because his trajectory is that of persistence you that you want to talk about. Somebody never giving up. I I have it on a shirt and I try to live it every day. He he walks that talk and he does it with his own style and he's not afraid to be who he is in here in the in his heart and speaking from something who started as the doctor of thugonomics. I have a lot of respect for that. And number two, John Cena has made consistent appearance since returning. And it says right here, for for the past 4 to 5 years, the 16-time WWE World Champion has barely worked a full-time schedule, with him doing one-off appearances, I should say, with he here and there. Uh, however, his current run has seen him show up on SmackDown every week, giving many young fans the chance to see him on a weekly basis, possibly for the first time ever. Speaking at the Fastlane post-show press conference, Triple H said that fans and those in the industry should appreciate John Cena while he's still performing. He said the the appreciation level that John should get uh, is off the charts. We all just need to understand how good he is and what he means to this industry. And while you get a chance to see Beirut play play, you should see Beirut play when he's here. Don't criticize it. Don't criticize it. Don't overthink it. Just enjoy it because it won't last forever. And we all need to understand that. But I just want to say thank you to. But yeah, I agree with Triple H's statement on the press conference. Yeah, like enjoy him while he can because we're probably not going to see him for another while until he gets another break in Hollywood. Like, but we don't know when that's going to be. So yeah, for those John Cena haters and if you're here to enjoy wrestling, enjoy him while you can because you're probably going to miss him anyway. So what's the point of talking trash about him and complaining that he's in WWE? Like we haven't seen him in the schedule like this since I'll say barely 21. I would say a little bit less than I'll say 2018. I haven't seen him been on schedule like this in 5 years. Like so, yeah, appreciate him while he's still in the company. But anyways, and then there's the last one, delivering icon moments or not icon. I forgot the IC. My apologies. Number one, delivering iconic moments. Despite having been a part of World Wrestling Entertainment for over 20 years, John Cena is still providing fans with unforgettable and iconic moments. One of those moments came a few weeks ago on Friday Night SmackDown after the People's Champ, aka The Rock, made his surprise return to the Blue Brand. Fans got to see him and John Cena interact backstage as they embraced with a hug. In the early 2010s, Cena and The Rock went on to have one of the greatest rivalries in pro wrestling, with their rivalry including two WrestleMania main events WrestleMania main events, with the two stars having now buried the the hatchet the hatchet long ago. This interaction His interaction was the perfect end to an icon chapter. To on an iconic chapter, I should say. My apologies for the tongue ties. For the iconic chapter in both of their pro wrestling careers. And what do you think about this top four list of fans should appreciate John Cena now while they can? A can article. Y'all let me know down in the comment section down below. Let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next article. We have some WWE news. News now is WWE legend was unexpected reunite after 7,000 days during recent show. And it says right here, a, a WWE legend took a trip to memory lane as he met a fan from the past after 7,000 days during this week's NXT episode. The name in question is John Cena, who made his appearance on the October 10th, 2023 episode of NXT to be in Carmelo Hayes' corner. The 29-year-old star went face-to-face with Braun Breaker, who had Paul Heyman in his corner. The leader of the C Nation and Solo Sikoa got into a brawl during the closing segment of the bout between Hayes and Breaker. However, before the match before the match started, Cena was at the ringside during Carmelo Hayes' full entrance. The 16-time world champion met a fan on NXT with a home he had a rap battle on the October 19th 2003 episode of Sunday Night Heat. John Cena destroyed the fan in an impromptu rap battle. A reunion picture of the WWE superstar and the fan resurfaced on the internet as it was a heartfelt moment for the two men. And there's also been and what you thought about this of John Cena reuniting with this fan, reuniting with this fan that he had a rap battle with like nearly 20 years ago, exactly from this month. Like, yeah, that's crazy, huh? But yeah, what you thought about that? Y'all let me know down in the comments section right down below. And also, we got some more news from John Cena. It says right here into this same article, John Cena steals a fan's phone during WWE NXT episode. And it said the Stanford-based company on social media shared a hilarious off-screen moment of the leader of the C Nation stealing a fan's phone to record a video, given that John Cena came to WWE's third brand. Wrestling fans left no stone unturned to give him a massive reception with a sing along of his theme song. As mentioned earlier, the 46-year-old legend stood at the ringside to support Hayes. Hayes, but Cena hyped the NXT universe by having several moments with the fans. At one point, Cena went up to the crowd, stole a fan's mobile, and started recording a video stating that uh, he, stating the atmosphere on the NXT brand was wild, with a priceless reaction on his face. And it says right here, it remains to be seen what the company has planned for John Cena ahead of his time on the SmackDown brand. What you thought about this? About Cena, and I quote from Sportskeeda, stole a fan's phone and started using it to record NXT with the NXT show with for the fan to have the record to have a moment in a memory that they will never forget. And do you think that he did the absolute right thing to do that, to give a fan give the fan their money's worth of having a memory and an experience in being on a wrestling show that they'll never forget, and they'll cherish the moment of Cena being there on their NXT appearance. And or do you think that he should have left the fan's phone alone and just have the fan watch and have a great experience without recording on their phone? But I think y'all all would guess the first one, because that was the most generous thing that the leader of the C Nation ever done. And let me know down in the comments down below, basically. But anyways, let's move on to the next wrestling news, which is we got some Tony Khan news now. As he and AEW ruined him. Shawn Michaels will make him a star. WWE Universe reacts to 30-year-old stars current run. My apologies. I need to read again so y'all can understand. Tony Khan and AEW ruined him. Shawn Michaels will make him a star. WWE Universe reacts to 30-year-old's current run. And it says right here, Tony Khan's AEW saw several stars leaving the promotion and joined WWE over the past few weeks. The past few years. My apologies. Recently, fans were excited about Lexus King, aka Brian Pillman Jr., who cut a passionate promo on the developmental brand ahead of his eventual in-ring debut. Earlier this year, fans saw Jay Cargill leave AEW and join the promotion to change the landscape of the women's division in 2022. Cody Rhodes did the exact same thing when he left the promotion and returned to the company, where he defeated Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 38. Recently, another AEW star has jumped to the Stanford-based promotion, and that is Brian Pillman Jr. On the latest episode of NXT, Pillman received a new name and cut a stellar promo. The WWE Universe is excited to see Lexus King after a disastrous run with All Elite Wrestling. the WWE universe has reacted uh, positively to King's arrival on the developmental brand. It will be interesting to see when the second generation star makes his in-ring debut for the promotion. He says, "Oh, here, and what do y'all thought about this opinion about Brian Pillman Jr.'s career was nearly ruined? His pro wrestling career was nearly ruined in AEW, and it's going to possibly going to be better, and he's going to have a incredible run in WWE. You think so, or do you think that AEW wasn't for him and he needed to go somewhere else? And that'll fit him even better, which WWE possibly would be the case because he's a second generation superstar and he's the son of Brian Pillman Sr. But maybe that's probably the case. Y'all let me know down in the comments down below. I know I'm kind of sounding like a positive Pete, but that's what hey, like I'm trying to keep it positive because this is what the show's all about. Like Simon Miller's on his ups and downs videos on YouTube, but yeah, I think, but it's more realistic like that too. Like he tried to have a wonderfully great run with All Elite Wrestling, but it probably wasn't for him, and he needed to step out of the company and to go to another company that will that will fit him perfectly, and then who'll have a tremendously great run into the world of sports entertainment. But anyways, we got some more Brian Pillman news on this article. It says, what did Brian Pillman Jr., aka Lexus King, do in AEW before joining WWE? It says in 2019, Brian Pillman Jr. first appeared for All Elite Wrestling during the pandemic era. Pillman moved to AEW after Major League Wrestling or MLW for short, Major League Wrestling temporarily closed due to the global pandemic. After working as an enhancement talent for a while on Dark and Elevation, he teamed up with Griff Garrison and Julia Hart, where they eventually become the popular tag team, the Varsity Blondes, in 2021. He signed a deal with the company as a full-time performer, but the the company failed to use them. The team often lose or jobbed out on other teams in the division. After a short feud with the House of Black, Julia Hart turned on Pillman and Garrison before she joined the 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 heinous stable. Meanwhile, Pillman and Griff Garrison uh, lost the rights to use the name Varsity. Pillman went on a hiatus after losing to Tony Nese and Josh Woods, who become the varsity athletes. His contract ended with AEW early this year, earlier this year, I should say, and he had a tryout with WWE. Brian Pillman Jr. is currently signed to WWE and received a new name under WWE. It will be interesting to see what the company does with the second generation star in the coming weeks and months. And yeah, he recently made his WWE NXT debut since the since this past Tuesday when they did another vignette, a third one in a row, which it specifically showed Brian Pillman Jr. in his time in WCW and WWE, and then And then when he was playing for the when he showed him like as a silhouette figure, like when he was in the Cincinnati Bengals Cincinnati Bengals football gear, and then he made his appearance facing to the camera. He said like the Pillman name has been buried with along with my father, and I'm going by the name King, which is a stepfather's name. Like and his and Alexis, that's like his half sister's name. Like his half sister's name, which she sadly passed away because of a car accident, and then that's when they put that together. And I believe, according to this article, it noted that WWE owns the terms of Lexus King, because I think of two reasons why they did not want him to use his real name, like being known as like his father. Because one, they don't usually give out real names unless they see him as a megastar with that name, like a John Cena and Randy Orton. Like I said before, like if it was like a homemade star that's legendary from the past 20 years in WWE, then they'll allow them to use his name. But since he's like a totally different category into stardom into their promotion, that's why they're probably thinking of putting him, because he would not look like a star if he uses his father's name. But in two, they do not like to use the term junior, because it's been in the past it's been noted that every time when a wrestler from other promotions use junior, like whether it being Chavo Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, I'm not sure if Ted DiBiase's son, Ted DiBiase Jr., but in real life he's known as that name. So I would say when wrestlers like them showed up to WWE, be known as Junior, they had to shorten their name as just their full name. But yeah, even though Vince McMahon's a junior, because Vince McMahon Sr. started the whole WWE company back in the 60s. But yeah, for some reason, for some odd reason, Vince McMahon wants to ban the word junior. And what do you think about that? Y'all let me know down in the comments section down below. But yeah, that's my two opinions why they did not allow Brian Pillman Jr. to use that name. Because one, I believe it's his real name, and they don't agree like using that unless you're like some kind of a big star. And even Jade Cargill too, like they're letting her use her name, Cody Rhodes, Batista, even though it's a different. They said they didn't add the U into his wrestling name. They took that U out from his last, because that's his last name, Dave Batista. But anyway, like guys like them, my point is like, unless you're Brock Lesnar, like if you're that kind of an athletic superstar, but they're thinking of like a different kind of star, like I was saying he's a new look kind of guy, like because the Brian Pillman Jr., I should say because AEW kind of ruined him of not utilizing him like they should have, like what WWE's probably going to do. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about my opinions down in the comments below, and let me know y'all's opinions as well. But let's move on to the next news story. We got some Dominic Mysterio news now, as he broke character on the video, and it says right here, the current WWE NXT North American champion Dominic Mysterio recently broke his heel character, I should say. Yeah, broke his heel character as he revealed his extensive collection of tattoos. Ever since the 26-year-old turned heel after joining the Judgment Day faction, he played a heel persona that involved trash talking his father, and Dirty Dom's turned his back on the WWE Hall of Famer as their rivalry saw an ultimate bout at this year's WrestleMania. And it says right here, recently Dom sat down with WWE tattoo down with WWE Tattoo and revealed the meaning and story behind several tattoos on his body. The 26-year-old star explored the time when he had his first tattoo and how Rey Mysterio made a phone call to set up a personal tattoo artist in his garage. The NX the the current NXT North American champion also revealed his biggest tattoo on his right shoulder, which uh, which was similar yet I except a spin off to the Hall of Famers as as Aztec skit calendar design on the back of his mask. And yeah, I don't think I need this anymore. But anyways, yeah, on the back of his mask. Let's see. And then according to and it says right here, from I believe from the current North American champion on this message box, he said, and he tattooed me for about 3.5 years. I remember my dad, Rey Mysterio, was super proud. He was very excited. I was super excited, Dom said. And it says from the article 040 to 046 of this article. And it says right here, young Mysterio also spoke in length about a tattoo that has El Mysterio, aka Rey Mysterio, carrying a mask that he unmasked of the former opponent. Dominic Mysterio reveals Rhea Ripley had a major role in one of his tattoos. The 26-year-old is a part of the Judgment Day, and his on-screen relationship with Rhea Ripley is impeccable. And Impeccable Dirty Dom shared that his tattoo with his tattoo Judgment Day members are pretty special. That's very special. He was linked a Judgment Day scale to linked a Judgment Day scale tattoo to show his love for the group. And it says right here, interestingly, Dominic Mysterio revealed that the scale tattoo is more special because Rhea Ripley hand drew it before getting inked by the tattoo artist. It remains to be seen if the 26-year-old star broke his character only for the video purpose, only the video purpose, or if he will carry the love and aspect and the love and respect for his legendary father moving forward on WWE programming. And what do you think about Dominic Mysterio breaking character for this interview about him getting tattooed, getting some special tattoos, and what it represents into his career in professional wrestling? And should have he broken character on his interview, or should he stayed in characters and just compliment only to himself? Which I don't know what to say about this in the matter, but I think maybe this was the right thing, because for the fact that let him know that I'm not really a mean person. Like, It's just all part of the script. It tells me to act like that just to make it more entertaining for the fans' entertainment of watching professional wrestling. Which I think, yeah, that's good on one hand. And yeah, y'all let me know about y'all's opinions down in the comment section down below. We're gonna move on to the next news. We got some SmackDown news now. Is Road Dogg denies 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 WWE buried 32-year-old SmackDown star, and uh, Road Dogg worked as a SmackDown leading writer for more than 2 years before stepping down from the role in 2019 during a recent podcast episode of the Hall of Famer. Defended his booking of Zelina Vega. Vega performed as an in-ring competitor and Andrade's on-screen manager, and Road Dogg oversaw the Blue Brand's creative decision, or not direction, the Blue Brand's creative direction over on the October 2nd, 2018 episode of SmackDown. Andrade and Vega lost a mixed tag team match against R-Truth and Carmella. Speaking on the "Oh You Didn't Know" podcast, Road Dogg dismissed talk that the creative team buried Vega during that time period. He also referred how the 32-year-old challenged Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley at Backlash in May. He said, "I'll say it again. I'll say it again. Yeah, we really screwed. We really screwed her over, didn't we? We screwed her over, didn't we? She worked a pay-per-view in Puerto Rico. We with her flag out in Puerto Rico with her flag out. You know what I mean? Come on, guys. What are we talking about here? I don't know. I'm the blurred line because I may real I mean because in my real life, I should say my apologies. In my real life, I work in wrestling. That rumors that WWE buried Vega is not true, and it's not a fair evolution. She had a title shot in her home country, and then this article is exclusive right here. Right here it says go to 38, 3852 to 39. 39, 30, 39, 37. Yeah, that's what it says. But which we're probably not going to talk too much about it, but we're just going to talk about get to the point saying, like what Road Dogg saying, like, it's not true that she's getting buried. If that was the case, then she would have lost every single match and then get released before she can even have an opportunity of showing herself as a star, despite her managing Andrade at one hand. But yeah, he has a point there. Like, ever since she made her return, she got opportunities for the Money in the Bank briefcase. She won the Women's Tag Team Championships with Carmella, even though she lost them at that year's Mania last year, which it was probably for a good reason. But anyway, she also got more pushes, becoming Queen of the Ring before that, and then she's also currently teaming with the OWO with Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, Cruz del Toro, and Joaquin Wild. And then recently, almost 6 months ago, like about 5 months ago, in May, she wrestled Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship at her home state her home country. It's a home country in Puerto Rico for the shot for Rhea Ripley's championship, and she had her home country flag right behind her, and also nearly, and she was this close of beating Rhea Ripley. And I believe in one hand she will be women's championship, whether for being on SmackDown or Raw for either the WWE Women's Championship or the WWE Women's World Championship. And what do you thought about? And what do you think when she's gonna get that opportunity? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And what do you thought about Road Dogg saying this on his "Oh You Didn't Know" podcast? Like, do you think that he's lying or not? Like, is Zelina Vega getting buried or not? But I think she's really not getting buried because she would have lost every single match. Which, I mean, she lost most of her match, but not entirely all of them. She always get a win here and there, like whether if it's against Bailey or Io Sky or even I believe even Lacey Evans before she even left. But yeah, I don't think I think she's gonna get pushed, and she's gonna get definitely pushed when she probably face a battle with the EST whenever she returns. Like I said on yesterday's Wrestling News podcast, that Bianca Belair should come back, team with her husband and tag partner and his other two tag partners, Bobby Lashley and Angelo Dawkins, as the new improved Hurt Business and become the first ever female member the team with him, and then being in a feud continuing their feud with the LWO. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all guys be the judge of that in the comment section, right down and under the video. But anyways, we're gonna move on to we got some Triple H news now. Is him in WWE champion reign. In WWE champion reign on SmackDown, analyzing the chance. And he said WWE's chief content officer Triple H will make his presence felt this week on the season premiere of Friday Night SmackDown. The game will likely make some huge announcements on the show, which are speculated to be about the tag team division. And it says right here there have been various rumors. Various rumors lately that WWE could split the undisputed tag team championships. It might be because the WWE currently has brand specific superstars holding both Raw and SmackDown tag titles. And it says right here, therefore Triple H could possibly take the SmackDown Tag Team Championship away from Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, ending their undisputed Tag Team Championship reign. Nonetheless, Cody and Jey are rumored to keep only the Raw Tag Team Championships as of now, as they belong to the Red brand. Triple H could implement this move on this week's SmackDown to create opportunities for the tag team division in the Blue brand. However, nothing has been confirmed as of yet, as there are only rumors and speculations. It will be interesting to see what the game has in store for this week's edition of SmackDown. And what do you think about Triple H's special appearance on tomorrow night's season premiere of Friday Night SmackDown? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm gonna be making a video for that tomorrow night, which will be the which is my 70th episode of making the SNA podcast. And do you think you're gonna split up the tag team championships, but when bring the SmackDown tag team championships to back to SmackDown respectively with, and then also the Raw tag team championships, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso will be only those titles? Or do you think that they're gonna do it the other way around, like with Cody Rhodes dropping the Raw tag team championship, going back to as the WWE tag team championship, and they hold on to the SmackDown tag team championship, and they will announce that on Raw that there will be the new World Tag Team Championships. Or it could be the other way around with SmackDown going back as the WWE Tag Team Championship and the Raw Tag Team Championship going as the World Tag Team Championship. And what do you think? Should they? But either way, should they continuing calling them as brand tag team championships, or do you think that they should go back to the in the ruthless aggression era, like with Raw having the World Tag Team Championship and SmackDown having the WWE Tag Team Championships? Let me know down below. But anyways, and that'll probably make sense because SmackDown got to have a tag division, and then it'll only fair for them to relinquish one title and keep the other on that point. But we got some more news about Triple H. Could have other plans for SmackDown. It says right here, this week's SmackDown will likely unravel surprises for the fans as the news of the game's the game's appearance, singular this time, has stirred as an exhilaration among the WWE universe. While there are no conclusions or conclusive conclusive reports of what WWE CCO, I should say, has in store. Various rumors have started to make the rounds, and it says right here, Triple H can shock the fans this week on the Blue Brand by introducing WWE's newest superstar, Jade Cargill, to the main roster. Cargill's debut is seemingly on the horizon, and the season premiere of Friday Night SmackDown could be just the perfect stage for her. And it says right here, there have been various rumors of the 31-year-old main roster debut, as she was present backstage at Fastlane, as well as on this week's episode of NXT. Therefore, Triple H might possibly introduce her to the WWE Universe this week on the Blue Brand. If it happens, it will make the much anticipated debut of the former TBS champion. She is currently on one of the hottest things in the world of professional wrestling, and WWE would seemingly look to capitalize on her red hot momentum by making her main roster debut tomorrow. And what do you think? Do you think it's gonna be the surprise Triple H is gonna announce gonna be Jade Cargill's WWE debut being on SmackDown, or is it gonna be the splitting of the undisputed tag team champions, or do you think it's something else? And most importantly, do you think Jade Cargill is gonna make her debut on SmackDown, or do you think it's gonna be on Raw or anywhere in the main roster, or it could be NXT for a start until she gets that call up on the main roster? which I believe, like I said, is going to be in the main roster. She's probably going to be on Raw though, and they're probably going to start a program with her, Rhea Ripley, for the Women's World Championship. But what y'all think? Like, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. She could go to SmackDown and face the likes of Io Sky, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, and even a face-off with Bianca Belair, being like, because both of them in the past did say both of them. I mean, I'll say both of them in the past both said they'll play a wonderful role as a Storm from the X-Men Marvel X-Men series, but X-Men movie series, I should say, like the movie. But anyways, it's been noted that lots of fans would love to see a dream match between the EST and the former TBS Championship. But I'm gonna let you know down below. I'm gonna let y'all guys be the judge of that down in the comment section right down below. We're gonna move on to the next news. Now is okay. Next up, we got some WWE news roundup. 36-year-old former women's champion teases retirement. Massive stars, real life heat with Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair's future. And it says right here, according to this article, that welcome to another edition of the daily wrestling news roundup, where we aimed to bring you the most exciting stories from the world of sports entertainment. Today's edition revolves around round top round top around top I should say, my bad, around top names like former women's champion Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, which says Charlotte Flair failed to win the women's championship at Fastlane when she faced Asuka and champion Io Sky in a triple threat match. However, one of her most memorable rivalries was against Becky Lynch. And it says right here, we we will talk about that and also take a look at what the future has in store for Bianca Belair, who has been absent from SmackDown. And it said three Road Dogg comments on Charlotte Flair's real life heat with Becky Lynch, which right here it says during the latest episode of Yo You Didn't Know podcast, Road Dogg, who was a WWE writer at the time of the feud between Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch in 2019, delved into the Flair versus Lynch feud, and she looked. I mean, and she light on how the on-screen and and a most and a mostly between the two actually led to real life comp- complication backstage. And it says right here that specific story, and he said right here, like in the specific story, everything was a struggle. Road Dogg said, "Look like I look. I think they handle it well. I think a bubbled. I think it bubbled over sometimes in some of their matches. You saw that, and I saw that we saw that in that happens, especially if you are embroiled with somebody in a storyline, and you're kind of married to that person. And it says right here, NXT the current NXT Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair were best friends backstage before their program tensions erupted between the between two, leading of to a divide between their personal equation. Yeah, equation. Road Dogg also stated how the change in their dynamic led to WWE having to make changes in the storyline. Oh yeah, and I heard about this. It all started when who was going to be the top star on WWE when they were on SmackDown at the time. And it all started with the man persona when she turned heel when she attacked Charlotte Flair because she won the SmackDown Women's Championship instead of her when she faced Carmella. And that's what led the man gimmick. Like a month later, she beat her for the championship. I believe it was a month ago. I think it was either at Super Showdown or was it the All Women's Pay Per View Evolution? Either way, it she turned heel and she beat her in a match for the SmackDown Women's Championship, but the fans refused to boo her, and that's when they had a big heated feud. Whether if it was on one another or with Asuka involved or even Ronda Rousey at the main event of 2019's WrestleMania, like their friendship started to boiling, started to go south and head south and then they start being like the bitter enemies into wrestling and their real life best friendship ended at that time because they went to NXT together like a decade ago back in 2012 2014. They debuted together along with Sasha Banks like when Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair was teaming with I believe was Paige, which she's going by Saraya now in AEW, and then Sasha teamed with Naomi and Tamina. What's that? Nobody Mina, like what Simon would say, is Team Bad. Until like 2016, that's when they moved to that's where Becky Lynch moved to SmackDown when Charlotte Flair was in a big time feud with Sasha Banks over for the Raw Women's title, and then until she moved over to SmackDown, she teamed with Becky Lynch in a following year in 2017, like in multi women matches, and even fought against her along with other women into that year when they were on SmackDown with the Money in the Bank briefcase or number one contenders match. But this is where Charlotte Flair becomes the SmackDown Women's Championship, beating Natalya at in a November episode of SmackDown in 2017, and she held that until after WrestleMania, even defeating Asuka when she won the Royal Rumble and breaking her streak in WWE. And then Carmella cashed in on her for the Money in the Bank briefcase in 2018 at the Tuesday after WrestleMania and on SmackDown when there were Tuesdays at the time. And then Charlotte Flair lost the title thanks to distractions and interference with the Iconics, the debut of the main roster. And that's when she won it right back finally in the triple threat match with Becky Lynch being a part of the triple threat match. And that's what all started, like what I just said right there. And then and the only matches they encountered with one another was probably the last match was like 2 years ago at Survivor Series when Becky Lynch was the Raw Women's Champion and Charlotte Flair was the SmackDown Women's Champion, I believe. But yeah, that was the last time she had an encounter with the Queen of Flairs. And then they wrestled a few matches, but that was like a few years ago. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the next news. What do you think? What's their current relationship as colleagues? Even though Becky Lynch is on Raw and NXT, while Charlotte Flair's exclusively on SmackDown. Just let me know right down below, like what's your thoughts about that. But anyways, next up we got Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair news now. She gives on an update on her WWE return. Wait, did I already talked about this? No, I don't think not this one. But yeah, Bianca Belair has been absent for almost 2 months. The EST last appeared in the wrestling wing was the August 18th episode of SmackDown in Toronto, Canada. Fans are eagerly anticipating her return and speculating when it when it might happen. During a recent interview with Rolling Out, the former women's champion gave on gave an update on her return. The EST stated that she will be returning to SmackDown soon, saying, "You know, watch Sunday Night Football on NBC and on Peacock. I'll be back on SmackDown sometime soon in the coming future. We we got me and my husband. We have a Hulu show coming out, reality series. So be on the lookout for that," she said. During SummerSlam 2023, the 34-year-old participate in a fierce triple threat match for the women's championship against Asuka and Charlotte Flair. Bianca managed to secure the title, but her reign was short-lived. As Io Sky swooped in and capitalized on their Money in the Bank contract, leaving the EST without the championship. And like I said yesterday, and I'll say it again, when do you think Bianca Belair is going to return on SmackDown? And do you think that she's going to join Bobby Lashley's new Hurt Business stable with her husband Montez Ford and his partner Angelo Dawkins, also known as the Street Profits? Y'all let me know down in the comments below about that. And yeah, the last time we saw her, she faced Charlotte Flair and Io Sky. Not Io Sky, Charlotte Flair and Asuka, which she defeated both women to regain her women's championship until Io Sky cashed in her briefcase and beat her, and then they ride her off by damage control, messing up her leg by hitting her with that steel chair. And I believe she will come back and she'll get some kind of revenge on damage control. Just to turn heel, like probably after she teams with Zelina Vega, and then they start a marquee women's feud along with their men teammates. The Hurt Business and the Latino World Order will be in a prominent feud themselves. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all decide what's next for the EST down in the comments below, and this is where we got the final article right here, but not entirely just yet, but this is about Ronda Rousey, which it's been she made a post about her retirement, about or teasing her retirement, saying, "Sorry, I couldn't hear you through my retirement, Bernie Lumen." And this is where it said former UFC champion Ronda Rousey enjoyed an impressive wrestling career, achieving multiple WWE Women's Championship wins and notably being part of the historic first ever all women's WrestleMania main event in 2019. The was it nonetheless nonetheless, I should say, not no, it says nonetheless, yeah, my apologies. Nonetheless, her popularity declined, and she's encountered significant fan backlash on her career progress. And what do you think about Ronda Rousey teasing a retirement and no longer being in professional wrestling and in MMA fighting? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, she recently had her match at the same night at SummerSlam, like facing her longtime best friend Shayna Baszler, which she got a win, and she left WWE right after that. because there's nothing for her to do in WWE, and I believe her deal was expiring. So she said she would like to have one last match with her best friend, with where she turned babyface, and she defeated her, and she's been a fighting badass face ever since. And now it looks like she's going to be in a triple program with both Nia Jax, Rhea Ripley, and Raquel Rodriguez over for the WWE Women's World Championship. And they teased that she would team with Zoe Stark, so I'm not sure whatever happened to that. Like the last time they teamed up, they faced Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, which they came successful, but it looks like that was only just a one-off duo. But I think, they did have a tag team championship match, but Nia Jax interfered and cost them the championships, and she basically annihilated Zoe Stark. So that's the last time. That was the last time we've seen Zoe Stark. That's why we haven't seen her from the past 2 weeks. Which hopefully she comes back soon, and they can properly utilize her correctly and successfully. But let's move on to the next wrestling news story. We got some more WWE news now. Is WWE is preparing a massive, pleasant surprise for Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins at Survivor Series. Believes veteran, whatever this means, we're going to talk about right now. It says wrestling veteran Ben Hammond believes Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins could be unpleasantly surprised by WWE at Survivor Series 2023. In September, CM Punk was fired from AEW after getting involved in a backstage altercation at the All In London show. Since then, rumor have suggest he could return to WWE. In previous interviews, Punk was heavily criticized by undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins. The latter even dumped him cancer, or say dumped him cancer, and it says right here, according to a recent reports, Punk wanted to return to WWE. Nevertheless, he was seemingly turned down by Vince McMahon, Nick Khan, and Triple H. Speaking on the Friday Locker Room podcast, Ben Hammond commented on the news, disclosing that he believes the former AEW World Champion is still returning to the Stanford-based company. He said he claims the purpose of these reports is to cool down the locker room heat until Punk makes a surprise return at Survivor Series, despite Reigns and Rollins liking the idea. He's Ben. What's his name? Ben Hammond said, "I think that those guys did get together. I think they are being told on commentary because it comes right from Gorilla to say these CM Punk lines. Not this is a rip to try and get him like see they want me to back in it in it and et or more there, testing the waters, maybe but if Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins got heat with CM Punk and they tell him not to come back, or he's gonna have to apologize in in if in eth I should say. And he also said, and then Ben Hammond added, things things like this one, these these stories that come out is to put those fires out, but the real inner circle goes f that where we are bringing him back, and we don't go and we don't gonna tell anybody until Survivor Series in Chicago. And that day he shows up, and if those guys try to step out of line, well, then we we'll deal with we'll deal with that problem when it comes to crossing that bridge and stomp on whoever we got to. But the pop in the pop to con Uticon is way more important, really, really, than what Big Dog and what effing bed bedazzle bed bed bedazzle I should say, effing bedazzled sky goggles from the Wayne Bryan collection have to effing say about anything, because they can say that we run this show or whatever it is. They don't they don't have control of the show. And it says right here on 13202 till 133:09. I mean, yeah, 09. Make sure you see that onto the wrestling article. But yeah, what do you think about Ben Hammond's opinion about CM Punk's return, possibly going to be at his hometown in Chicago at Survivor Series? You think he's going to make his return, or do you think he's gonna make his return at the pay-per-view event or another day if he does make his return? Or do you think this is just all whatever references about CM Punk from the past few weeks on WWE's programming, especially with Shinsuke Nakamura hitting the GTS, and then Corey Graves saying some coincidental lines that CM Punk used to say in his Ring of Honor days? Y'all let me know anything about the matter in the comment section down below. We got some more CM Punk news. That could CM Punk return to WWE to dethrone Roman Reigns? It says CM Punk last competed in the in Stanford-based company in 2014, although the former world heavyweight champion initially retired from professional wrestling following his release. He returned in the ring, competing in 2021 to join Tony Khan's promotion. As the 44-year-old is now a free agent, a fan suggests on the Hall of Fame suggests on the Hall of Fame podcast that he could return to WWE to dethrone Roman Reigns. Booker T commented on the fan suggestion, saying it would be a markable or not markable, a miracle. It would be a miracle if that scenario happened. He said, if Punk came come beat Roman, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I mean, if that ever happened, it would truly be a miracle. Okay, and there was laughs. No, I'm serious. If that If that happened, it would truly be a miracle because in this business, people gotta be able to trust you. People gotta be able to trust you in that position. You think WWE could trust CM Punk? Ask that question to yourself. That's all you got to do, Booker said. And it says Booker T claimed Fox wanted Stanford-based the Stanford-based company to rehire a major star 5 years after his release. After his release, check it out. Yeah, in the details. But what do you think about seeing about Booker T's opinion about if CM Punk did actually return to WWE and what he should be doing. And do you think that he should be the one that should dethrone Roman Reigns, or do you think that Cody Rhodes should be the actual the actual should be the still be the plans for Cody Rhodes to finish, or do you think Cody Rhodes should still finish the story at WrestleMania 40 and dethrone the Tribal Chief to become the undisputed WWE Universal Championship? Y'all let me know what y'all think about in the comment section below. And if you don't understand what I said, let me say that again. I'm gonna say it right here more proper. And say, do you think that CM Punk should come? If CM Punk does come back, do you think he should be the one that should dethrone Roman Reigns and make up in a miracle working moment, or do you think Cody Rhodes should still be in the plans to dethrone the Tribal Chief at WrestleMania 40 to finish the story? I'm gonna let me know about y'all's opinions in the comment section down below. I'll love to hear that. This is a very interesting question and a very interesting hot take from the 5-time WCW champion. And even though I would think that he would be WWE champion at least one more good time, like because it's been nearly 10 years the last time, or if not already, I think since 2013. Yeah, it's been past 10 years he's been WWE champion. But yeah, I think that he should be WWE champion. I'm not sure about facing Roman Reigns because I still want to see Cody Rhodes finish the story and become WWE champion, the championship that his father has never held when he came to WWE. Okay, we got some more news now. Is WWE swerving fans by squashing CM Punk return rumors, analyzing the possibility. Is to analyze the possibility CM Punk's possible WWE return has been one of the main discussions among the wrestling community. Recently, fans are convinced that the company has been dropped hints of his return during shows, but a recent report suggests otherwise. However, this could be a play to avoid spoiling the actual comeback. It says CM Punk notably walked out of from WWE in 2014 and did not hesitate to express his his distress regarding the company returned he returned to wrestling. The company he returned to wrestling in 2021 at AEW, remaining until 2023 when he was fired after backstage altercations with Jack Perry. Following his exit from All Elite Wrestling, reports emerged that he is in talks with a new WWE deal. However, Dave Meltzer reported that Vince McMahon decided against CM Punk's attempts to return to WWE. However, it's quite possible this was a direct work of the Stanford-based promotion. And it says right here, according to the Sportskeeda article, WWE is possibly swerving Punk's return and is being tied-lipped regarding the situation. The company could go to great lengths to ensure there wouldn't be any leaks, including shutting rumors via Dave Meltzer and other sites. And what do you think about this, about WWE might swerving this and claiming that those terms are denied, like about them having CM Punk return? Because yeah, it's been nearly a decade ago, because he walked out of the company after Royal Rumble 2014 and got released on his wedding day in the springtime of that year, and he retired for wrestling for like a good 7 years until he made his return in 2021. Been in AEW, wrestling the likes of Powerhouse Hobbs, Bobby Fish, Eddie Kingston, Hangman Adam Page in a legitimate feud, Jon Moxley, even MJF, like in the most memorable feud about bringing up his when MJF calling him PG Punk and remind him about his past, about he was second best, whether if he was in the feud with the likes of the feuds with Triple H and John Cena, and he even won the AEW World Championship from Hangman Adam Page, but eventually he lost the title to Jon Moxley in a undisputed AEW championship because he got injured, and they had to have the interim champion, which was Jon Moxley, and he became the undisputed AEW champion until a month later in September he won the AEW championship at All Out. But it was a huge brawl out when he called Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks as irresponsible EVPs that couldn't even run a Target store. I was like, man, that was cold. But this is where they got into a feud, which they all got suspended and got their titles relinquished, the AEW World Championship and the Trios Championship. But the Elite managed to come back a couple months later and win back their titles from the Death Triangle, Pac and the Lucha Brothers. And then CM Punk comes back when they debut Collision from this past June. And then he been on there until August, like when he was defending, including like a couple weeks after he made his return to AEW television. This is where he revealed that he still has the AEW championship from last year, like from All Out, and he still has his blood on there. I was like, CM Punk, you didn't really have to bring that up much about it. Like, we all believe you, even if there wasn't a blood stain on there. But this is where he defended against Samoa Joe at All In as well, after he defended with the likes of Ricky Starks, until he got into that altercation because Jack Perry used real glass in his match against Hook at the Wembley Stadium event. He was like, and he went on the camera and said, "Look, real glass, cry yourself a river," which was a shot at CM Punk. But they got into a big altercation. They fought backstage, but they had to break this up. They had to suspend both men, but Tony Khan thought he was way too dangerous, and he released him, and now and that's why he's a free agent in the first place. And then it's rumored that he's gonna be able to wrestle in other companies by November. Coincidentally, that's where we have Survivor Series. WWE Survivor Series event's gonna be in his home city of Chicago, and he could be making the return. And they probably denying all of this about him making returns just to cool down the backstage heats that he gained from certain wrestlers from WWE, and also not to ruin the surprise and spoil it. And then, what do you think? Do you think he's gonna make his return, or do you think this is all just teasing and trolling all over the internet, in the wrestling internet community? But y'all, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We're gonna move on to some more CM Punk news. Like, will WWE genuinely benefit from a CM Punk return? It says right here, despite shutting down rumors Punk returning, fans are still convinced that the company is playing with them. It's highly believed that he might appear at Survivor Series, which will take place in his hometown of Chicago. While many are excited about the prospects, Booker T has other opinions. While on his Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T believes Punk returning is only a rumor. He then questioned what Punk would contribute to the company, as it was already doing great without him. especially since he was fired from his previous promotion. And he says right here on this podcast, CM Punk didn't just leave WWE. He got fired from WWE. He didn't just leave AEW. He got fired with cause from AEW. What what value does a person like that bring to your company? And it says right here, did CM Punk return to WWE after his Fox exit? It said in 2019, CM Punk signed with Fox and become a contributor and analyst, I should say, become a contributor and analyst for WWE Backstage. Aside from the Stanford-based promotion, I should say, programming, he returned backstage during Raw's Chicago show this year. Was a spotted with Tamina and was said to talk to the likes of Triple H and The Miz before he was asked to leave by Vince McMahon. It remains to be seen if the former WWE champion will be seen again in the Stanford-based promotion. And do you think that he's gonna make a return? Yeah, and it's been reported that he's been making roundups. Like when he was still under contract with AEW in their suspension, he went to companies like WWC, the likes of Tamina, The Miz, and Triple H, and even apologized to The Miz and Triple H about what kind of disagreements and hatred they have on one another like a decade ago, and let that be behind them now, and then and forgive one another like grown, mature men would do. And also, he also made an appearance on to the Chicago show in Impact Wrestling when Trinity Fatu made her Impact debut with the promotion. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think it's all just rumors, and they're going to continue to get shut down by WWE, or do you think they're just using that as the WWE's denying them, for shutting them down and denying them like for a cover until Survivor Series or any other future events to make his huge return in over a decade, or even nearly a decade ago, because it'll be a full decade this coming January 2024, which possibly MJF could be making his WWE debut and being on there too, along with the other former AEW wrestlers.